work of 10 outstanding museums and libraries from across the nation and celebrate the valuable role these institutions and all museums and libraries play in our communities. The National Medal for Museum and Library Service is the nation's highest honor for libraries and museums. And the video we just watched was produced by our wonderful partner, History. And I'm happy that Libby O'Connell, History Vice President for Education, has joined us today. History has been extremely supportive of the National Medal, and since 2007, they have produced videos that showcase our National Medal recipients and contributions to their communities. The 10 institutions that we recognize today show us what is possible. They are places that are using their physical and digital spaces, their collections, and their dedicated staff to make a real difference in community life. And we're also proud today to have members of the National Museum and Library Services Board with us. Board members, would you please stand? Oh, there you go. Bring passion and leadership to the Institute of Museum and Library Services mission and help strengthen the educational and cultural life of our country. They also lend their expertise to the National Medal selection process by their careful review of nominations and sharing insightful recommendations. Thank you for your dedicated support and expertise. We very much appreciate it. Also, wise advisors like our board are very important to the success of any organization. Our winning institutions have asked their board members and public officials to join them here today. And I'd like to recognize each of you. Would the board members and public officials of each institution please stand so we can thank you? Please stand up. These people are critical because they allow these museums and libraries to do the groundbreaking work that they're doing, and you have to be strong and supportive of them, so we really appreciate that. I'd also like to recognize our great partner, StoryCorps. StoryCorps is a national nonprofit dedicated to recording, preserving, and sharing the stories of all Americans. They will visit each winning institution to document stories about their community. Since 2010, StoryCorps has conducted 523 National Medal interviews in communities across the country, and all of these interviews are preserved by the Library of Congress's Center for American Folklife. This year's winners represent the best of our nation's libraries and museums. There are countless stories across the country of Americans, young and old, learning, enjoying, and opening doors to new and deeply powerful experiences at their local museum or library. And now, it is my distinct pleasure and deep honor to introduce Mrs. Michelle Obama, the First Lady of the United States. You're not just helping kids check out books, you're actually
teen ambassador, 14-year-old Tayquan with a special purpose, playing with younger children and engaging families at the museum and in his neighborhood. The Teen Ambassador Employment Program at the museum, with its emphasis on transformative education and the power of play, sparked Tayquan's love of learning, helping him raise his GPA from 0.7 to 3.5. He is now 16 and preparing to apply to college. Tayquan says, "It felt like the Boston Children's Museum was made for me. And the way kids react to me at the museum, asking for me by name, learning from me, shows me that I have something to give."